Sri Guru Charan Kamalebhyo Namaha. You might remember from last talk that Rishabhadev has reached to a conference held in Brahmavarta area of his kingdom. In that, all the citizens and great Brahmins and sages were present. There, he instructs his sons before everyone, saying that those who do not develop great love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva. Remember this. This is in Satyuga happening. And Lord Kṛṣṇa is, people say, born in Dwapar Yuga. Lord Kṛṣṇa is eternal. Sometimes he appears as he is. So he says, those who do not develop real love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva, till that long living entity carries on occupying a material body one after another as per their karma. As long as living entity keeps on having material body, till that long living entity remains away from obtaining liberation. As long as a person tries to endeavors to fulfill their motives, that long he keeps connection and remains attached to his family, and thus experiences many problems and anxieties and tensions. Among the family connections, the greatest knot is between male and female. That is the hardest knot. Very difficult to sever this knot. Of course, family life means knots, but the hardest knot is attraction between man and woman. Man for woman, woman for man. Like that. And it's very difficult to remove. Rishabhadev further says, Punsastriya methuni bhavametat. Punsastriya. Mithuni. Mithuni means two twins, like conjoined, joint, like that. Punsastriya mithuni bhavametat tayor vitho hridaya granthi mahu ato griha kshetra sutapta vitte janasya mohoyam aham mameti. The reason for living entities taking birth again and again in this world is becoming attached and attracted towards the opposite gender. That is the only cause, main cause, that is the real cause. And the learned have said that to sever this knot is very difficult. Man can go crazy. I remember this, 1978, I think, in America, and one of my godbrothers, his name was Nrsinga Chaitanya, I think, I forget now, Nrsinga Chaitanya. And he entered and sat in front of me, my godbrother. I sat there, in my office. And he said, "Can I go to Vrindavan?" I said, "Yes, please go." I want to go there just to commit suicide. I said, "What?" He said, "Yes." "How? You cannot do that in Vrindavan." He said, "No, I will jump in Yamuna." Then I said, "There is no water in Yamuna right now." Because there was no water, very little water. You cannot drown inside. He said, no, I will jump on my head. I will climb up high and jump on my head and kill myself. I said, don't do that. Devotees are not allowed to commit suicide, and especially in Vrindavan, you should not commit suicide. No, I want liberation. If I commit suicide in Vrindavan, I'll get liberation, I thought. So no, you cannot get liberation. You not commit suicide. I asked him, what is the reason you're thinking this way? So he said, my wife left me. Because Guru took his wife and you don't know whom he gave, but the man is miserable. So very difficult. Hridaya Granthi Mahu cannot be severed this knot. Person is ready to commit suicide. Same thing must be happening with ladies, that I don't know. The attraction between these two, the sages, greatly learned people say, is very difficult to remove. This mutual attraction brings them result, the wealth, the properties, the children, the house, and relatives and whatnot. One cannot live without another, always thinking each other like that. But when somebody has performed sufficient good karma in their past life, they become less attracted to sense gratification, and it's easily to sever this tie. This tie becomes slackened, open, loose. They lose their tie like that. It's very attractive, opposite gender, and then sweet talk of children who are born from them. But if somebody has good karma from past life, it becomes very easy to separate them and march towards liberation, obtain liberation. One who keeps continuously performing devotional service and do not or want to enjoy material sense gratification or keep sense gratificatory objects at a distance and have full faith on the mercy of the Supreme Lord, performs austerities daily, some sort of austerity to please God, offers their hardly earned money to the Supreme Lord, daily performs prayers with folded hands and bowed head, listens to the narrations of the Supreme Lord or reads them daily, associates with pure devotees, follows their instructions, tries to not become egotistic, relinquishes ego, remains humble, keeps his senses, her senses under control, tries to stay celibate, do not talk worldly talks, meaningless talks, try to control on the speech, seeing the Supreme Lord present everywhere, He is omnipresent, performs daily, regularly, bhakti sadhana, devotional service. In due course of time, their heart becomes purified and receives self-realization, Rishabhadev said. If anybody wants to obtain the spiritual world and or obtain mercy of the Supreme Lord, then they should learn this science and preach to others. Preaching others is very important. Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Nacha tasmān manuśyeshu kaścana me priyakritama avita nacha me tasmān anyak priyataro bhuvi. There is no better person than he or she who preaches my glories to others. First practice, janma sartham kari, karo paropakar. First you make your life successful, means you learn. Rushabdev says, first you learn and then preach. But you don't know what is pure devotional service, therefore very difficult to preach. The king should teach this to his subjects, parents should teach their children, guru should teach to disciples. But somehow or other, they did not follow. Then preach to them, don't become angry, don't discard them, don't forget them, preach to them, develop, cultivate them again and again. Because if you let them go astray and forget them, not cultivate them, it will be like letting a blind man walk into a ditch. Then you get reaction because you let them in. Let the blind man walk and fall in the ditch. So you get reaction because you did not stop. You could have stopped like that. People in general, they become angry each other for pretty small disturbance, pretty small disagreement. They become enemies and want to take revenge. They are called neophytes. In such people, go to hell. So therefore, duty of a devotee to preach and guide them to proper path. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Joset sarvakarmanam, Joset sarvakarmani vidyan yukta samacharan. Like that. Sometimes I forget. Sarvakarmani Joset. You preach them while they are engaged in all kinds of activities. If you preach about them, about me to them, you will become very dear to me. Sadhavo hrudayam meham sadhunam hrudayam tuham. My pure devotee is very dear to me because I am very dear to them. Like that. Just as a learned person, don't let the blind man walk to the ditch. Stops them. Similarly, a real devotee stops people from engaging in sense gratification alone and preaches to them. If they solemnly engage in sense gratification, not think about Kṛṣṇa, then what is the benefit of your being devotee, not guiding them like that? If they carry on engaging in sense gratification, then it's very difficult to save them from going to hell. Therefore, it is the duty of learned devotee is to bring them, somehow or other, bring them towards Lord Sri Krishna. If they do this, they are showing their mercy upon the innocent people. Rishabdev further says, Guru na sasyat, sajano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat, devam na tasyan na patisya sasyat, na mochayetya samupet mrityum. One should not become guru if he cannot protect his disciples from going to hell. The tie of noose of death is hell. If Guru himself is not liberated, how can he give liberation to anybody else? Who gave up Guru? Bali Maharaj. Because his Guru was Şukrācārya. A great planet, a Venus planet he is representing. He gave up because Şukrācārya told, don't serve God. Means remain in the cycle of birth and death. So he said, no, I don't want to follow you, I want to serve him. The father was given up by Prahlād Maharaj because father of Prahlād wanted to prevent Prahlād from serving God. Bharat gave up, Lord Rama's younger brother, gave up his mother because she did not want him to serve God, please God, Lord Rama. So he gave up, he called a demon. The husbands were given up by wives of Brahmins when they stopped them from going to serve Lord Sri Krishna in fire sacrifice. Like that. The husbands given up. The wives were given up by many Brajavasis for trying to not let them go to see Lord Krishna. So therefore, one should neither become a guru, nor parents, nor husband, nor wife, nor relatives, nor a demigod if they prevent, if they do not let some, their dependent, become devotees of Lord Krishna. Like that. Then he says further to his sons that, I received this body, human-looking body. People cannot understand how I became a human being. It's very difficult. I have pushed the irreligion backwards, discarded him, and preached and followed the spiritual life. That's why I'm the best of human beings. My name is Rishabha. Rishabha means the best of human beings. He said that, you are my sons, therefore you should follow what I say. Actually, it is true. We are all children of God. We are born from God. Our duty is to follow Him. At least in human form of life, we should follow God. Whatever God said is in the scriptures. And Guru tells those scriptures flatly to everyone. Then Rishabdev says to his sons to follow his elder brother Bharat. And he gave the reason why they should follow Bharat, because he is a pure devotee, his heart is purified, he loves me, the Supreme Lord. The Lord said, like that. If you serve him, it will be equal to serving me. It is true. If you serve a pure devotee, you are serving God. Sure, you get result of serving God. Because we cannot see God, we serve a pure devotee, then we get result of serving God. I remember this. Maybe 20 years ago, one day Nand Kumar came to me and asked me, Swamiji, I don't see God. I don't have much faith in God anyway. He said that. He was my disciple already. And he said, how do I know that God is accepting my service? How could I know? I'm doing so much service. You must do a lot of service. How do I know that God is accepting my service? I said, when your guru is satisfied, pleased with your service, you must know that God has accepted your service. That's why Rishabdev says to his sons, you serve your brother, it will be equal to serving me, because he is a pure devotee. Then he tells, there are living entities which cannot be seen with the naked eyes, like bacteria, parasites, amoeba, and all that. They are also living entities, but better than them is trees. Better than trees are reptiles who crawl. Better than them are those who have legs, because their intelligence is developed. Better than them are human beings, because their intellect and senses are all developed. Better than human beings are ghosts, because they have more power than human beings and they cannot be physically seen. Only those whose subtle body is weak, they see ghosts. Better than ghosts are Kinnara, Gandharvas, who are singers in heaven, better than Gandharvas or Siddhas, perfect beings living in the heaven. Better than them are demons, because they have lots of power. Better than them are demigods, because they usually kill due course of time, kill the demons. Better than demigods of heaven is King Indra, the king of heaven, king of all the demigods. Better than King Indra, king of heaven, is Narada Muni, the sons of Lord Brahma, like Narada Muni, 4 Kumaras, and Daksha Prajapati, 7 sages. These are sons, mental minds born from mind of Lord Brahma. Better than them is Lord Brahma, because they are born from Lord Brahma. Better than Lord Brahma is me, Rishabhdev says, because Lord Brahma and everybody has taken birth from me and they all serve me, they worship me, like that. That's why I am better. Na tat samaschabhyadikas mattaha parataram nanyat aham hi sarvadevanam. Like that. So many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita. But better than me are the pure Brahmins who are born in a Brahmin dynasty and live by their rules. The reason for Brahmins being better than me, Rishabhdev says, because I worship them. I worship Brahmins. Brahmins are my mouth. He says, Na brahmanistulaye bhutamanyat. Nobody else is equal. Pasyami viprakya matah parantu. Yasmin rubhi prahatam shraddhayaham asnami kamam na tatha agnihotre. Agnihotra, the fire sacrifice, we throw inside. Lord accepts them. But I don't accept as much as I accept. If somebody faithfully, respectfully feeds a genuine Brahmin, not a Brahmin who has taken tea. I remember this. Many years ago, one Indian, Mr. Patel, came from New York to see me in Vrindavan. I knew him before because I have done program in his house once. And he was a devotee already, having mala and tilak and I was looking like a Vaishnava. I said, oh, very good. Then he says, yes, I have accepted Guru. I became a disciple. I said, who? So he said, it is gone. I said, who? Then he gave me the name. I said, oh, he took tea. He took coffee. He's low-born. Not correct. Indian. Guru? Sure, he had taken tea. I know him. And then he said, don't criticize my Guru. Don't criticize. See how brainwashed they are. When Guru is objectionable person, their disciples become very fanatical. The man, maybe 55, 60 years old man, Patel, and he argued with me, don't criticize my Guru, please. I said, I'm not criticizing. A person who has taken tea cannot become Guru. One has to be Guru from his birth. Guru from his birth, not Kṛṣṇa is so small, that's why he's not God. He became God later on, it's not so. It's God from the beginning, should be Guru from the beginning. He must learn the spiritual science from very beginning and should have no intoxications like that. So, one who invites a pure Brahmin into their house and feeds him sumptuously with nice food, sweets, with great faith. I eat, Lord says. This is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. I eat. I don't eat that food offered in the oblations in the fire sacrifice. I don't eat that as much as I eat this. That's why people in general in India invite Brahmins to their home, feed them, clothe new clothes, give them charity, give them cash as donation. Thank you very much for eating in my place. For that they have to offer cash as dakshina, remuneration. The ahuti supplied swa oblations to the fire sacrifice is not that important as the important is Brahmins coming. This devotee, Lochandas, he's taking care of me, feeding me now 30 years. I don't eat money of the society. Whatever donation comes in the name of society goes in the bank, and that we don't touch. My food, my requirements, personal needs are supplied by Brahmachari Lochandas. He takes care of my food. So he's getting all these results. I told him many occasions since last 30 years, look what you have done. And he wants to do it. He fights with anybody else. If they will bring food eatables for me, he fights them. Swāmīji has to eat my money. See the fortune of this devotee. Those Brahmins who are in goodness, they have no bad qualities. And they are very merciful. They are very peaceful. They guide everybody. Such Brahmins are superior to everyone. Rishabhdev says, I do not consider anybody better than them. That's why all the sages or all the kings coming from the beginning of creation, they did not rule Brahmins. They were very careful with them. They take all guidance from them. But he says, Rishabhdev says, I am better than Brahmins because I gave them and everybody else liberation. Only for that reason. He said, Brahmins are the best, better than me. I worship them. Still, because I reward liberation to them and to everybody else, that's why I am better than them. See how humbly Lord presents. I love my devotees because they do not know anybody else besides me. That's why I love my devotees unconditionally. And remove them from the noose of death by giving them liberation. Noose. That personified puts noose like that. Or sinners are put noose by the constables of Yamaraj, like that. Sukadeva Goswami says that, O King Parikshit, the sons of Rishabhdev were already self-realized. They had their father, God was their father. So they knew everything. Whatever Rishabhdev is speaking is for us, for people in general. So we can get guidance and march forward for liberation. Among 100 sons, Bharat Maharaj was the best, and he was a pure devotee. That's why Rishabhdev decided to coronate him, give him the responsibility of kingdom. So he became free to go relinquish the responsibilities and go and perform austerities to teach that everybody should do in future too. He became so detached, he did not care about his body, his hairs. He looked very dirty. He did not wear clothes. He or Digambaram, Digas Amaram, Yatsasa Digambaram. The direction became his clothes. He functioned like a madman, moved around, bare body. He exited his kingdom, Brahmavarta, and functioned like dumb deaf and moved all over the villages, towns, pasturing land, hills, mountains, rivers, everywhere. He moved around freely. Those people who saw him, they thought he's a madman. They would mistreat him. And he did not care about their mistreatment because he did not care about his body. He did not have any marks of the Supreme Lord because his manifestation of the Supreme Lord still carried no marks on his body. Looked like ordinary human being. Anybody who would create any obstacles, mistreats, treat inhumanly, he forgave them. Because he got so much bad treatment, then he went in the forest and lied down like a python. It's called Ajagara Vritti. Behavior like python, whatever came to automatically to him, he ate. And when fire took place, forest fire, then he got burnt inside the forest fire, turned into ashes. That's how Rishabhdev left from this world. Rishabhdev appeared in this world to teach people in mode of passion and show them path of liberation. Sukadeva Goswami says, Rajan patir gurvaralam bhavatam yadunam devam priyat kulapati kvachavin kinkarome asveva manga bhagavan bhajatam kundo muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yogam. The Supreme Lord loves his pure devotees because devotees love him. He rewards them liberation, entrance in his abode, because they never stop devotional service. Not. They do not waver. Nobody can brainwash them against devotional service. Those who can be brainwashed against devotional service, they are not devotees. Those who have break from devotional service, they are not devotees. Those who retire from devotional life, they are not devotees. They were never devotees. The devotees never relinquish devotional service. And it's because it's very difficult to be rewarded with devotional service. God easily gives liberation, but don't give his devotional service to anyone unless one is very much blessed by the Supreme Lord himself. We are blessed. We are devotees. We are teaching you how to become devotees. We are telling you, you follow, become a devotee, and be the dearest. God loves his devotees. Dearest of God. Just be one of them. Thank you very much.